and we would tell each other spooky stories. We would each come up with a different spooky story and try and scare each other, and that's what this feels like. It feels... Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and we're at the start of another weekly vlog, which yes, I wrapped up 2 seconds ago, last week's vlog, so same outfit as always. But I'm very excited because I am reading 2 books that I'm absolutely loving, which if you saw last week's vlog you would know exactly what they are. And we're reading Richard Osman's The Bullet That Missed. I'm buddy reading this with Christina. I'll have her channel linked below. It's been fantastic. I only have 150 pages left to go, and I'm going to be finding out today whether we're reading 100 pages today, because I didn't get to my 50 pages reading yesterday. So if she did, I need to read 100 pages today. If she didn't, then we're going to be doing 50 pages today, Monday, Tuesday, and it'll be finished. Which, oh, I guess I can't, I'm excited to finish it. I'm also so sad because I'm loving this so much. I do also have a mind map going, but I put loads of stuff on top of it. But I have a mind map going. I had a bit of a spoilery one last week because I got so excited. But yes, I will definitely show you that when we continue on with this. I plan on reading more today. As I said, between 50 to 100 pages, I'm not actually sure. But we are up to chapter 50, page 252. And what is this about? So this is the 3rd book in Richard Osman's The Thursday Murder Club series. I love this series. It's fantastic. We follow 4 elderly people. We have Ron, Abraham, Elizabeth and Joyce, and they're all at the same retirement home. And in the first book, they meet up every Thursday to discuss cold cases, and then an actual murder happens at their resident home, and of course they jump into the fray. They have the police involved with them. We have Chris and Donna, who are also present throughout this. They always get tangled up. And in this 3rd book, we have a new mystery that they're trying to solve, and of course things get out of hand, as they always do. I love these characters. There is just that dry wit humour in this, which I love so much. There is the coziness. It's just perfect. It is the perfect cozy murder mystery, and I know I said that last week, but I'm going to say it every single time with these books. They are my favourite. I love them so much. Yeah, yes, read it, give it a try. I know, to be honest, it isn't for everyone, it isn't the series for everyone, but I can say that I love them. I've given every book 5 stars. I can say this one's going to be 5 stars. Like, they're just my absolute favourites. Thank you to Christina for talking about the first one, because I wouldn't have got round to it anywhere near as quickly as I did if it wasn't for her. So I'm so pleased to be buddy reading the 3rd one with her, because she is the reason why I read the first book and I fell in love. It was exactly what I needed. This has been fantastic. And then the 2nd book I'm reading is a reread for like the 3rd, 4th, 5th time of A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This is the 2nd book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Now it's kind of an unusual series because you have the first 3 books and that does wrap up, and then you have like a 3.5 really thin novella, and then you have the 4th book, which then follows a different character. So the first 3 we're following Feyre, and Feyre is human. She lives along near the border between the human and the Fey lands, and she goes hunting because her and her family are starving, so she has to hunt to keep them fed, keep them alive, and she ends up killing a Fey creature. The first book, she is taken into the Fey lands, is a bit of a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but the 2nd book, which, you know what, the first book is okay, and I've read it a couple times, but I don't like it as much, and because I know what happens so well, I always skip straight to the 2nd book. And the 2nd book takes a lot of what Feyre went through and really explores PTSD. It shows the struggle, it shows how Feyre just feels so trapped and feels so unclean because of everything she had to go through. Will she ever be the same again? And the fact that she can't deal with this, like, it really explores it really well. And then alongside that exploration, you have the looming event of a possible war happening and the threat that all entails and what our main characters are trying to do to stop that. And I love it. I really, really love it. I said at the end of last week's vlog, so for me literally a few moments ago, how Sarah J Maas is not an author I would recommend if you want just a really good fantasy book and you're not that invested in fantasy romance. Critically, these books aren't the best, but I love them so much. I have so much nostalgia for them. I adore this book and all of Sarah J Maas books. So I recommend this series if you like fantasy romance, because that's where it shines through and it exploring characters really in depth. I think that's what it does, but mainly our main character, the side characters, they get their highlight when you get to those books. But otherwise it's mainly just looking at Feyre. Now, Feyre is not my favourite character. She is a bit irritating, but I do think Sarah J Maas does a good job of exploring themes with using her. So yeah, I still think it's really good. I know some people don't. Sarah J Maas has a massive following and you're either a part of it or you're not. It's like Marmite, and I love Marmite. So I'm going to be carrying on with those two, and I will be reading more today because I'm off today. I've got a bit more editing I want to do because at the end of this week I'm actually going on holiday again, and I'm just debating whether I do 2 separate vlogs, so do like a half weekly vlog. So whether to do a half weekly vlog, so it will be from now until Thursday morning, and then do a separate vlog for the weekend where I'm in Rome. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to do that, but we'll see what we actually do, how much footage and stuff for things that I get. But that's what's going to be happening at the end of this week. Before that though, we have book mail. I did quite a lot of book hauls, not last week's vlog, the week before. We had quite a few. And then I saw World of Books. Now World of Books is an online second-hand bookshop basically, and they were doing a sale. They were doing quite an interesting sale. A lot of their books were really cheap, and they also had buy 3 books get a 4 free. So I couldn't help myself. I mean, they did it. How could I say no to that? To be fair, I was quite restrained. I actually only got 5 books instead of a lot more. We have Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. This is book 3 in the Diviners series, which I absolutely love. It's a murder mystery set in the 1920s with occult vibes. Absolutely fantastic. Love it so much. I've given the first book to my sister to read, adored the second book, really wanted to get the third one, and they do the covers that I like, which is the US editions. Love these so much. So yeah, cannot wait. Was really happy. I mean, this one was £5 and it's practically in brand new condition. Like, I would have bought this off the shelf. It's brilliant. So yeah, very happy for that. I'm going to say that a lot probably. Okay, so then we have one that's a little bit more worn, but that's The Traitor by Seth Dickinson. And this, I didn't realise, is actually The Traitor Barrow Cameront. Now, that is the US title. For some reason, the UK is just The Traitor. The Traitor Barrow Cameront is something that I've been really intrigued by because Reagan from Peruse Project recently read it, absolutely loved it, and has then bought the next books. I can say the US editions look so much better than the UK editions, and they have a better title. So I kept looking for that title and could never find it, and I'm like, why can't I get this book? And then realised that this is actually the same book. I'm very intrigued. Reagan pitched this as, think like Tyrion Lannister, his way with words, the way he can like interact with politics and things like that. Think of it like that for this main character, and the ending, everyone that I've seen speaking about this book says the ending is impeccable. It's actually a little bit shorter than I thought. It's less than 400 pages. I hate the cover so much, like with a passion, but I am really intrigued and I think it's going to be good. And again, I got this for like what, £4, so I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, I really hate it when they do this where they have 2 different titles. They did the same thing with The Last Girl by Goldie Moldavisky, and this is actually the Mary Shelley Club. So the American title is The Mary Shelley Club and the UK title is The Last Girl, and I was actually going to buy The Mary Shelley Club and I already had this one because I thought they were 2 separate books. It's not until I read the back and it mentioned recruited by the Mary Shelley Club that I was a bit like, wait, is this the second book then? And then I looked up the synopsis for the Mary Shelley Club and this one, and they are slightly different as well, which is frustrating, but it's the same main character, and then I realised that actually this is just the UK version with a crappy title, a terrible cover when you compare it to the Mary Shelley Club and the US edition. I don't know why they do it. It's clearly a bit of a annoyance with me, but yes. So anyway, so I got The Traitor by Seth Dickinson. Let me know if you've read this one. It looks like one of those really old fantasy covers. I'm actually not sure when this was printed. Oh, 2015. Maybe the US edition was only recently been picked up then or something. I don't know. But yeah, really intrigued. I really am looking forward to that. I've been really feeling adult fantasy, and I feel like that is going to be something I really like. Then the book that I got free with all of this, which actually is what happened here. All the pages are folded. You know what, that's the only thing with getting books secondhand, is that you don't know what the book's going to be like. But actually there's no tears, there's nothing wrong with it. It was just those little pages which can be flattened out. Anyway, this is Richard Osman's The Man Who Died Twice, because I have unhauled the hardbacks that I've got of these. I just don't have the space. I love the hardbacks, I think they're beautiful, but yeah, I don't have the space. And seeing as this was on the buy 3 get 1 free, this was my free book, so quite happy with that. I don't need to tell you what this is about because I'm reading the third one in the series. It's the second one to the third book that I'm reading, which again, that third book I will be getting the paperback, which won't be out for a year yet, which is why I end up getting the hardback, because I wanted to read it straight away. Another thing that really annoys me about the UK is that they don't just publish both at the same time and then you can pick up what one you want. There are people that really collect hardbacks and there are people that collect paperbacks. I find paperbacks easier to read from and they take up less space, so I tend to go for paperbacks. But if you want paperbacks here, you've got to wait so much longer. Ridiculous. Anyway, I need to stop moaning. The next book I also picked up is Voyage of the Basilisk by Marie Brennan. This is the third book in the Lady Trent series, starting off with A Natural History of Dragons. I loved that book so much. My sister also read it and she absolutely loves it, so had to pick up the third one. Was so excited when I saw it as part of this deal. I'm really intrigued. Actually, you know what? That's not bad condition either. I was a bit apprehensive because I loved the book so much. I was like, do I just buy it brand new? But actually, again, that's pretty good condition. Although it says here 50p, and I did not pay 50p for this. I paid a lot more. But I say a lot more. It was like £4.79 or something, which still is pretty good because you're not paying full price. But okay, we'll get rid of that sticker afterwards. I love this series. Think Jane Austen but with dragons, and that is the best explanation for this series that I can give you. And then the final book that I picked up wasn't part of that deal, but is a book that I have been wanting to get, and that's Across the Green Grass Fields by Seanan Maguire, and this is the 6th book in the Wayward Children series. I've read the first 5, I love them, they are fantastic. They are really short novellas, portal fantasies, and they all go along in a series together. They are brilliant, but I really struggle finding these. Something that I've only ever found on Amazon, but then I saw it on Wilder Books. It was actually only a little bit cheaper. I think it was like £1 cheaper than having it brand new, but I really enjoy this one. I just love it. And again, this is one that was from a charity shop. They got it for £1.50, which go them, but I can't find it. Like, it's sort of thing that I love looking in charity shops for things, but it is always a potluck as to what you get. Yeah, I'm still really happy. I still got this cheaper and it's in really good condition. The dust jacket is perfect, which is the main thing for me. And yeah, I love these. I love these books so much. Portal fantasy series, highly recommend, especially if you're just looking for a quick read or if you want to try fantasy. I think these are great for it because they're so small. But yeah, so those were the 5 books that I picked up and I'm very happy with all of them. For all 5 books, it was like £20, which, you know what, for 5 books, that's really good actually. There we go. That's going to be it for the book buying for a little while probably. I say that, we'll see, but I will definitely be slowing down because I've bought quite a lot of books in a very short space of time, considering that I bought all of these when I got back from Thailand and that was literally 2 weeks ago. So we've been buying a lot of books, but I'm really pleased with all of these. Wilder Books is something that I highly recommend. Wilder Books is a great service and they have free shipping in the UK, and generally speaking their books, I've never really had a book come in where it's been really damaged. But there we go. That's the start of this vlog. A bit of a longer start to it, but let's get on with this day. I'll probably catch up with you tomorrow morning with how much I actually got rid of everything, and yeah, I've got editing and bits to do. So, oh, I hope you're all doing well. Let me know what you've been up to. Let me know if you've bought a book recently and what it is. What are you reading at the moment? Let me know, comments below. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. Happy Halloween, my fellow little ghouls and ghosties and whatever you want to be. This is all that's really happening for it. I have work later. You know what, I just haven't felt in the Halloween mood this year. Normally I like to do quite a bit, like carving pumpkins and stuff, but I don't know, it's not really happened. I think because I was away and then I'm actually going away at the end of this week, I don't really feel it. Made a bit of an effort for today and I do love it. To be fair, I would wear this normally, so I figured let's just pop it on for Halloween. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here for some reading updates, and you know what? It's a good time. So I did read only 50 pages of The Bullet That Missed because Christina also didn't manage to get anything read on Saturday. So we both just read the 50 pages. So we're now up to chapter 60, page 303, and we only have a little bit left to go. So literally this is going to be finished up Tuesday. So excited the way it left us. Oh my god, chapter 59. Brilliant. And also Joyce is a legend. It just confirms it. Like, I've always liked Joyce. Both me and Christine were talking about this, and Joyce is probably one of our favourite characters. She is just so lovely and funny and just... she's just got this way about her and it's great. And in this last chapter, it's just like the way she deals with this situation is just amazing. I love it so much. I mean, if I need a 77-year-old to come and help me out, Joyce is the one I'm calling because she's got it. Like, this book has been great. There's been quite a few like interesting developments of this, and it kind of just foils everything that Detective Kirsten sorted out last week because I haven't been able to unravel any more. So I'm really intrigued as to what is going on, and I feel like because there is going to be a fourth book that we're going to have like an unveiling and then it's going to go into the fourth book, which, come on man, it's so, I mean, it's brilliant, and I love how each book follows on from the next really well, and you have characters from previous books and mysteries that do show up, and it does work for continuity really well. I love this. This is so good. I'm really enjoying it. I really wanted to carry on yesterday and just finish up the book, but I didn't. I waited. So we're going to be reading 50 pages of this, and to be honest, I'm going to be doing that probably about 20 minutes after updating. I need to finish off my work lunch and then I'm going to settle down and read my 50 pages of this. We'll see what's going to happen there. Like, there's two different mysteries going on in this book, and I thought that they could possibly connect together, but it's really not seeming like it at the minute. My theories and stuff, they just haven't developed anymore. Like, I can say I don't know who's behind this. I can say I've got the suspicious people that I think are involved, but not the people that are actually doing it. So it's very good, very entertaining. Anyway, the next book that I am reading is A Court of Mist and Fury, and this one I am now up to part 3, chapter 52, and that is page 503. That's where we're up to. We've only got this wee little bit left. I think it's about, what, 100 and something? Yeah, 120 pages to go. I honestly think I'm going to get this finished today, but we will see because it depends how busy work is actually. So maybe I won't. We'll see what happens, or I might just stay up late tonight and finish it, because generally when I start reading this I don't want to put it down, and that's the same with all Sarah J Maas books, and this is the slowest I've read this book, to be honest, which I'm actually quite impressed with myself, although last night I was really tempted just to keep going and I could have finished the whole book in one go, but forced myself to stop and we did a bit of journaling instead. It's just there's so much going on, and I'm not going to give away spoilers and stuff in case anyone does want to read it, although there has been so much content put out about Sarah J Maas, about these series, that I'll be surprised if you don't know, or at least don't know spoilers for what goes on with Feyre and like who the love interest she ends up with and things like that. But we're at that point now where she realises who her mate is. She gets a bit pissed that he knew and didn't tell her, and yeah, she's not very happy with that fact. But that's where we're up to. There's also been developments in the war and everything. You have the human queens that are just messing everyone around, and you know, it's been good. I can say, if I'm looking at this from a critical point of view, it is too long, but I love it and I want more of these characters, so I don't care. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, but it also makes me want to pick up the next book straight away afterwards, but I can't because I need to start my November TBR. And let's face it, the next one, A Court of Wings and Ruin, isn't the best. I can actually say out of the first 3 books, it's this one that is the best, but I also just want to see and continue on and like reread everything. Maybe, if we get time. Maybe I'll bring it on holiday actually. I was meant to take classic book with me because it's set in Italy, so I was going to bring that to Rome. I'm not really feeling a classic book, so maybe I'll just bring the Sarah J Maas book and then another book off my TBR, because we do have, I think it's a 4-hour flight, but my partner hasn't chosen seats, so we may not even be sat together, which means I could have 4 hours to myself just to sit and read. So I feel like we should take a big chunky book for the flight and then a book for the actual days, like evenings that I'm there. You know what, yeah, let's do that. That's what we've planned. Oh, and my god, right, okay, can I please get a well done in the comments, because I've actually started packing, and if we know me and my last packing video, we'd know how much I hate packing and that I always put it off to last minute, but I actually started packing, so I've got all my clothes packed. I still need to pack, like, you know, toiletries and things like that, and book and journaling supplies and stuff, but to actually have already started packing, I deserve a well done for that, because I'm terrible at packing. Anyway, okay, I'm going to go sort out my lunch and read my 50 pages of this, and then we have counselling, and then we've got to rush off to work, because I don't know why I set my counselling for 11. I think it was just the time that she had available. That then doesn't give me much time to come back home, have some lunch, and then get ready for work and go. So we're going to see what happens. I mean, generally I get to work half hour earlier anyway, so if anything it just means that I get to work not half hour early for a change. Anyway, again, I'm rambling. I'm in a really good mood, but I will spare you the constant rambles, and we'll go. Good morning. I have a couple of updates for you, reading wise. Let's start off with the book that I read first yesterday, and that's my 50 pages of The Bullet That Missed. Honestly guys, I don't know who's doing it. I've got no idea. I cannot work this out. Me and Christine were actually talking about it yesterday, and I was just like, I don't know. She was like, have you got any guesses? And I'm like, I have a feeling it might be this person, which I did mention in last week's spoilery part, but I don't think she actually did it. I think she just knows too much. That's it. That's all I've got. So we've had these two things going alongside one another, which was really interesting, and it kept it really fast paced, but I still could not tell you who's done this. And we've only got 100 pages left. And I love it when a book's like that, but I also know it's probably going to be something so obvious, and I'll just be like, wow. Wow. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, both of us think that the person that we suspect, like, we both think very similar things about that person, but I just don't think it. I mean, maybe because of a recent thing about a gun. This is very vague. It's because I did spoilers last time and I haven't had anything really to be like, this, to add to that, so there's no point in me doing more spoilers in this one. I really don't know, and I love it because of that. So we're gonna see. In something that I have actually completed is A Court of Mist and Fury. I finished it yesterday. I'm very happy that I finished it. It was really good, really enjoyed my reread. I've already mentioned all the things about this, so I don't think I really need to mention it again. It does leave off in a really good way. Like, Sarah J Maas does do this really good part where she does the ending really well, and so you want to know what's going to happen next. So definitely going to be taking A Court Wings and Ruin on holiday with me. But that leaves me with starting my November TBR on the 1st of November. And I've got no idea what to bring because I've only got a few days. So it would be Tuesday, Wednesday, technically Thursday, but I don't know. I either need to pick a short book that I can finish over the next 2 days because I have work on Thursday and I'm going straight from work to the airport, so I've got to think about what I'm bringing with me. Maybe that's a smarter option. No, I think I'd still be bringing 2 books with me, so I either choose a bigger book which I get halfway through in the next couple of days and finish, or I do choose a shorter book. You know what, actually, let me check my list. What have we got? I don't know why I always do this. I always sit here like, and then just end up grabbing this. So. Well, actually, we do have a couple of shorter reads. Oh, and I need to find out Ellie and Steph, I'll have both their channels linked below because we're doing a buddy read, when they want to start that, how they want to do it. Last time we did it where we did like a few chapters a week, so it was like a month-long body read, so I don't know if we're going to be doing that, but that should be easy enough to fit in. No, actually, I am feeling Gallant. Maybe we'll take Gallant with us, and then that'll be done over the next 2 days, and then Thursday I can wrap up this vlog, and then when we start the Rome vlog, because I have decided I'm going to do the 2, even though it's more work for me, I'm just going to do it. Start the books for Rome. There. Okay, let's do that. Alright, I'm not going to go get Gallant because I've literally just got up, but that's like a book by VE Shop. You know what, I'm going to explain it tomorrow morning once I've actually read some of it. Let's do it like that, Kirsten. Be smart. But what I do have is a package, and this time it's not a book. Are we impressed? I'm impressed because I've had loads of books lately, but this time it's stationery. If you've been watching this channel for the last couple of weeks, I've got really back into my vintage journaling, where it's kind of like a scrapbook journaling stuff, but I also leave myself a little bit of space to write down thoughts and stuff. But it's really nice. It gives me a nice creative outlet to it, which I really like, and I've decided to get more supplies, and these are things that I've been thinking about getting for ages when I was very much into my journaling last year, but just never got. So I decided to treat myself and get the bits that I've been thinking about from last year. Here they are. I love it when they package things like this because then you can use this stuff in your journal as well. Amazing. I'll have the Etsy shops that I used linked below, but we have stickers. These are really cute. I'll probably after this put in a little shot of me actually showing you what these are all like. And we also have these leafy ones, which I'm very happy with. I got this little book and it's got like little patterns and things just to layer up a bit. Oh, I did tear there, I'm sorry. And then we have some washi tape, which I really liked. It's a nice little like vintagey flower one. Probably should have just done an overview of this, but never mind. And this one is like Pantone colours. So you've got like this. Again, just to layer up with, which is mainly what I wanted. Like I actually have quite a bit of like other bits, but I didn't have like different sizes of just like layering bits. So I also picked up these. I say I didn't need stickers, but I did get a few because they were just cute. Also got ones like this. Again, just to layer up. And this one, which is just, I like this one. This one's quite thin paper, which is really nice. Or just like different flowers and bits. On to the second one. We have more vintagey paper. Oh, this is one I was really excited about. This is Henry Matisse posters. I really love Henry Matisse. Like, his work is awesome. I absolutely love it. I've got a print of one of his works in my room. I really like it. Okay, anyway, more vintage paper. And again, just more layering paper. And finally, this one. I need to do a double check, make sure everything's there. I'm really happy with it all. I really, really like this. So that's my little stationery haul done. Like I said, I'll probably do a little pan over and put that in. But for today, I need to start editing this vlog so that I'm not rushing to get it all up as soon as I get back. It just makes my life a bit easier. Read my 50 pages of this, and then I have work. So that's what's on the docket for today. Let's get on with it. And I hope you enjoyed the stationery because I definitely did. I've been reading. I'm now up to chapter 77, page 364, and what the fudge? What the fudge? The person that was behind the VAT fraud, which was the person that was murdered, she got tangled up in it or something. That's what our Thursday Murder Club were investigating. The person behind it. Really? Really? I mean, I need to close my window, hang on. The person behind it hasn't admitted to killing them. They're like, no, that's a big coincidence and stuff. So maybe there'll be more revelations coming, but seriously, what the fudge? I need to go do lunch. But The Bullet That Missed. Fantastic read, absolutely enjoyed it, hilarious. I totally got this wrong. I got it so wrong, I cannot believe it. But it was great, and I'm pleased because I am not the only one that got it wrong. Christina also didn't see it coming, so the whole mind map thing that I had going from last week, yeah, completely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Well, sort of right, in one respect, with one person, but not actually to do with the crime or, like, yeah. But do you know who did get this right? My little brother. I said to him last week, I was in the middle of reading this, and I said to him, I'm trying to solve a mystery, and I gave him the bare bones and the outline of everything, and I said, what do you think it is? Like, who do you think's done it? And he said his whole theory, and he was like, because it happened in Minions, and he'd just watched a Minion film, and he was like, so I reckon it's that. And I was thinking to myself, oh, that's so sweet, but no, I don't think so at all. Like, no, we know that's not right. He was right. Word for word. He got the whole thing right. How? Outsmarted by my little brother. Because he watched the Minions. What can I say? But this was so much fun. It was great. There were twists and turns and the humour in it. And it was just a great time. And both Christina and I have confirmed that we will be buddy reading the 4th book when that one comes out, because we just love these so much. And yeah, this was fantastic. I'm really pleased that I read this and I got to read it with her. It was so much fun. Another thing that I keep forgetting to mention, actually, because I always get so excited with how much I've enjoyed this book overall, is the representation in this. So we have dementia representation, and I think it's done so well. It is so lovely and bittersweet, and it makes me really emotional every time those parts come up, and I just think it's done so well. And yeah, so I really wanted to highlight that because I kept meaning to, but then I would just get carried away with just like the humour and the mystery and everything of this book. But those parts were just so lovely and really heartwarming and heartfelt. Highly recommend this book. Fantastic. Really enjoyed it. And as said yesterday, I did actually start Gallant. This is just a dust jacket, but it is so beautiful. I mean, that is a stunning dust jacket. I'm really enjoying this. And now I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book. A lot of people complaining that it's just too young. This is a young adult book, and a lot of people are saying it actually feels more middle grade to young adult. And you know what? Yes, it is young, and it feels young, and I'm not a middle grade reader. It's not something I really enjoy. However, this book, one, the most beautiful book I've ever seen. Like, those edges, stunning. The end papers, beautiful. You get illustrations like this all the way through the book, like at the start of each chapter. So I'm up to chapter 15. And look how stunning that is. It is beautiful, and that's what you get at the start of every single chapter. You sometimes also get black pages with white text, and that's at the start of each part. So every time you go into a different part, so I'm on part 3, at the start of it you get this black page with white text, and then you also get, let me see if I can find it, pages like this, where they are journal entries from Olivia, our main character's mum. It's her journal, and I love it. It's the most beautiful book I've ever read, and all those illustrations and journal entries and stuff really add to it. But as I was saying, it does read young, but it reminds me of times when myself and my 2 sisters, when we were younger, we were not allowed to go trick-or-treating, and so instead we would all sit in our bedroom and we would tell each other spooky stories. We would each come up with a different spooky story and try and scare each other, and that's what this feels like. It feels like one of those spooky stories that we're telling to one another, and I love it for that. So yes, it does feel young, but it kind of feels like being told a story before bed. Like you're getting tucked into bed and you're being told a story, and that's what this feels like, and I love it for that. So we are following Olivia. Olivia is mute, and she's been brought up in this home or school for teaching girls how to be like maids and things like that. And it's really quite a brutal place, and Olivia has a hard time, especially because she's mute as well. And so you're learning a lot about that. And then she gets this letter from an uncle that she didn't realise she had, and that tells her to come to Gallant. And so she goes. And then when she gets there, they tell her nobody sent her a letter, and this house is really quite spooky. On top of the fact that the house is spooky, Olivia can also see ghouls, and you get a lot of depictions of different ghouls that are haunting places. And honestly, some of those depictions and stuff, they're a little bit like, ew. But it's so well done, and the atmosphere in this is so perfect. I'm really pleased I started off November with this book. I think this is doing an amazing job transitioning from Halloween into the rest of like the end of the year. I think it's doing such a perfect job for that, and I'm loving it. I do think that this was published at the wrong time. So this was published back in March, and I think this book would have done so much better if it was actually published at like the beginning of October. I think that would have worked so much better because of the way that this is set and just those spooky, eerie vibes. It would have worked perfectly, and that's why I'm so pleased I started it when I have, because if I'd read this earlier in the year, like summer, it just wouldn't have had the same impact. I mean, even at work yesterday, we had a thunderstorm and everything, and it was pouring it down with rain. And so this was just perfect setting to then read some of this while I was at work on my break. It worked so fantastically well. So yeah, I am up to chapter 15, page 135. There's just, I think, about 300 pages in this book. And some of the pages, like, we know the illustrations and stuff. So it's a really quick read. I'm hoping to finish this today, and then I'll be taking whatever book on holiday with me tomorrow and everything, because I'm going straight from work to the airport. I'm loving this. The most beautiful book I've ever read from, with all of the illustrations and stuff in it as well. It is stunning. There's actually been a few sentences and stuff that I want to annotate, but I also don't want to annotate because this is so beautiful. I haven't, but there have been some amazing quotes, especially for like Olivia just wanted a home, and seeing how being safe isn't everything, because she was safe where she was, but she wasn't happy. And there's been a lot of really impactful quotes in this as well. I really like this. I think it's a really good book, so I'm very pleased with that. Last night I went to my partner's house after work, and today I have come back to a parcel, and I'm not quite sure what it is. It looks like a book, but I haven't ordered any more books, so let's see. Oh, okay. Ah, I know what this is. Okay, so this is from Notebook Therapy. This came in so much faster than I expected. I ordered myself another journal to do my vintage journaling in, because my one, I'm very fast running out of space. Very exciting stuff. Look at that. That is beautiful. I'm so happy with this. Oh, I love it. So it comes with 3 books. You get white, brown, like brown paper, and also polka dot. And the paper quality is so thick. That's really, really good. I'm actually quite surprised with that. Oh, I love it. Perfect. And they also sent some free stickers. Lovely, because I'll show you mine. This is the one I'm currently using, and it is packed. Absolutely chock full. I only have a few pages left of this one. Definitely need a new one. But the place where I got this one from, they weren't doing it anymore. Like, they were just doing it in like a brown colour or something, but I like having different colours. And so I had a little look at Notebook Therapy because they had this one, and you know, it was a bit more pricey, but definitely worth it. I think it's a bit smaller actually. It's a little bit smaller, not by much, but a little bit. I'm just, I'm so excited. That is so lovely. Okay, well, that was today's mail. Honestly, we've had a lot of stuff going on this week. We've had book mail, stationery, now journal, like, it's a lot. Anyway, I need to finish packing. I'm going to do some more packing. I actually want to pack some journaling supplies, so I think I'm going to do that today before work. Also have a spot of lunch, and then see what the rest of the day brings. I'm just hoping that it doesn't rain loads again, because the last 2 days it has poured it down at work, and I work outside, so that's been a lot of fun. Thankfully I actually have like a really good waterproof jacket now that one of the people at work gave to me, and it's really good, so that's really helped. Not that you need to know this. Okay, right, you know what, I'm gonna go and I'll catch up with you tomorrow morning, where we'll be wrapping up this vlog and then getting ready to start the Rome vlog. I'm so excited. It's been really good. Honestly, a really good reading week. We've finished off my reread, we've finished off the buddy read, and we've started Gallant, which I'm in love with. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It is such a gloomy day today, to the point where I've got a lamp on and it doesn't seem to be doing much right now. But never mind, it is the morning time and I've got to wrap up this vlog, start editing it, go to work and then go on holiday. So let's get busy with that. I did finish Gallant by V. Schwab and I really enjoyed this one. I know I've said all the things already about how people say it's too young and stuff, but I really enjoyed it. I would actually say the writing style of this reminded me of Addie LaRue. So it's kind of like a younger Addie LaRue. The plot lines and stuff are very different, but just the writing style reminded me of it, and I really liked that. I thought it was really well done, really beautiful and lyrical, and all the things I said yesterday. I just really enjoyed it, and the ending of this is really bittersweet in a way. It was really lovely but also quite emotional as well, and yeah, parts of it were predictable. I still enjoyed that. Like, I didn't go into this expecting to be shocked. I went into this after reading the first few pages and getting a feel for it, of just that nostalgia ghost story vibe, and that delivered really well for this. So yeah, I'm really pleased. I think this was a perfect way to start November, and I'm really pleased. This vlog's been really productive. We've finished the 2 books I was reading for October and read the first book for November and really enjoyed it. As I said, I do need to finish this vlog so you guys can get a separate Rome vlog. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I know it's a bit more, I was going to say a bit shorter than usual, but to be honest, I'm in the middle of editing this and I don't think it is going to be shorter, which is impressive. I talk a lot. But I hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless. If you've made it this far, let's put something spooky. Let's just do some sort of spooky emoji that you can choose. And yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to let me know what you've been up to, if you've read any of the books that I've been reading. Commenting really does help this channel out, so please do so. But apart from that, if you have enjoyed this video, please do give it that thumbs up, subscribe, comment to let me know that you're here. Social media links will be linked below, and I will of course catch you in the next one.